Hello and welcome to Mile High Reefers. I'm Scott Anderson, and the common misconception is that reef tanks are expensive and really hard to take care of. While this can be true, my 210-gallon tank was really expensive to set up, and let's face it, it takes a lot of work to keep. But not all reef tanks are expensive, and not all reef tanks are hard to take care of. The most basic reef tanks are just about as easy to take care of as the most basic freshwater tanks. The big difference is with a reef tank, you have to have your salt at the right level and you have to have enough light to keep coral alive. That's it. That's the difference. So my wife recently put together a 5-gallon tank. So come check out how she set up her 5-gallon tank and what makes it so easy and so cheap. She started with a 5-gallon marine land glass acrylic combo tank. The viewing surfaces are glass. The black plastic that you see is black acrylic. The tank is designed like an all-in-one system. It has a rear compartment that houses the filter cartridge, heater, and return pump that flows water back from the rear compartment back into the tank. The tank does come with a light. It has blue and white LEDs, but this light on its own is not going to be good enough for our reef tank. For lighting, temporarily we've just rigged up a desk light and a par 38 LED. Now, it may look hokey, but it actually is working out really well. In the future, we'll find a better solution. For a heater, we went with the Phoenix titanium controllable heater. This heater has worked really well on the 5-gallon tank. I have to say though, I have the same heater in its big brother in the 500 watt version on my 210-gallon tank, and I have to say I'm really disappointed in those. When they get close to temp, they just kind of turn on and turn off, and they don't do a good job holding temperature on the big tank. With the heater, I purchased a digital thermometer. This is just a cheap one off of Amazon, but I really like having a digital readout so I can easily see what the temperature is in the tank. For sand, we're using oolite aragonite sand. This is sugar fine sand that works great in a deep sand bed. Our sand bed is about 3 inches deep on this tank. The anaerobic bacteria within the deep sand bed should complete the nitrogen cycle. It should take the nitrogen and turn it into nitrogen gas. At least that's the hope. Last but not least is the Flipper Nano cleaning magnet. While it's not a necessity to have a cleaning magnet on your tank, not having one is like having a car without windshield wipers. I recommend the Flipper because it's one of the best magnets on the market. With all the supplies bought, this tank is ready for water, live rock, coral, and fish, and we've only got $143 in it. So how's this tank gonna work, you might be saying? We're missing a lot of stuff that you have to have on a tank, right? There's no reactors, there's no skimmers, we don't have dosing pumps. How can this tank possibly be successful? Well, remember, years ago, people didn't have all that stuff. And also, as you Nano guys know, you guys have been doing this for years. Your primary filtration method on Nano tanks is biological from the live sand and from the live rock, chemical from a chemical bag, and that's about it. How do you keep it clean? Water changes. Now, water changes on a small tank are super simple. You'll hear me complain about them on my big tank. Because remember, on my big tank, a 10% water change is 45 gallons of water. On this tank, I do a 20% water change once a week, and it's a gallon. So, coming up next is the stocking of the tank. So, what kind of rock did we put in? What kind of coral did we put in? What kind of fish did we put in? That's really simple, really easy to keep, and really easy to maintain. Well, that's the next episode. So, check out the next episode of Mile High Reefers. Remember, Reef Talk is its own channel, so if you haven't subscribed to that, subscribe. Reef Talk is the talk show between myself, Scott Anderson, and Steve Rotter of RotterTube Reef. It's a great show, new episodes every Sunday. Check it out.
Thanks for watching this episode of Earth. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.